everybody, welcome to week 3 weigh-in of the 12-week transformation challenge with Phil and Becky. As you know, we're now a quarter of the way through the challenge for Phil and Becky, so that's 3 weeks in out of 12. And as per usual, it's Wednesday, so we're going to weigh the contestants and see how we've got on. If you remember last week, we did set Phil and Becky a little bit of a challenge, and that was to not have any treats or not have any alcohol over the weekend. Now, most of you know that Phil failed with that on Friday evening, okay? And there was a bit of a wager on it where we were going to say if Phil and Becky hit the targets, Ross would put £50 towards charity, whereas if Phil and Becky didn't quite hit the targets or failed on the challenge, then Becky and Phil were going to put £25 each towards a charity of my choice. Anyway, we'll get to that at the end of the video, so let's just start by weighing Becky first off. Now, just to let you know, Becky's had a little bit of a cold over the past few days, so she's done really well to be doing her training sessions over the past 2 or 3 days. Okay, so let's have a look where Becky was last week. Last week, Becky was 87.2 kilogram. And if we want to step onto the scales, Becky, let's have a look where we're at this week. Okay, so just nice and still there for us, Becky. And this week we are 86.3 kilogram. Fantastic, Becky. Nice. Well done. Brilliant. Okay, so just over £2 weight loss there for Becky. So fantastic, Becky. Well done. And that's with the cold as well. Yay. Overall for Becky, we better just put that on the board. So it was 86.3. Okay, fantastic. So that's around about just short of £8.5 overall for Becky, which is great. We did have a target around about the £10 mark, so it's not far off it at all. And a good weight loss there, considering Becky's not been 100%. So Becky and Phil are going to switch over now. Okay, here's Philip.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Phil, the naughty boy, went out Friday and drank when he wasn't meant to. Anyway, let's have a look how that's affected his weight loss this week.
Go on, Phil.
Okay, Phil was 156.1 kilograms. And Phil is now 154.
Yes!
Kilograms.
Get in, Phil.
Yes!
We've got 154 kilograms. Obviously, Phil's getting pretty excited there with his weight loss. But what I want Phil to think about is what he could have lost had he not gone out on Friday night in the solitary dancing. Okay, so for Phil there, overall, we're at about 14.5 pounds weight loss. So Phil's hit the 1 stone mark and he's gone over. Now, what we're going to do, we're a third of the way through the challenge, a quarter of the way through the challenge. And we're now 3 weeks off from the second assessment, or the midpoint assessment, where we look at the blood pressure, body fat, cardiovascular scores, and all those kind of things as well. So, for Phil and Becky, well done up to this point. We're asking for exactly the same again over the next 3 weeks, or potentially even better if we can. We'll set them a new target later on tonight where we want them to be, and we'll let you know what that target is at the next weigh-in and exactly what we're looking for. So for now, we're going to have a training session with Phil and Becky in the studio. Well done, Phil.
Thank you.
Well done, Becky.
Well done, Becky.
Just coming back to the £50 wager that we had last week, what Phil and I have decided upon is Phil did hit his weight target, but he failed on the challenge. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put £25 into charity. Phil's going to put £25 maybe 50.
Thank you.
And we're going to add it to all the charity money we end up raising towards the end of the challenge and put it into one pot, and we'll choose a charity and we'll send it to them. So well done, and we'll see you in the next weigh-in.